بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته, my dear daughters, and welcome back to a new episode of Juz 30 Pondering. And today, inshallah, we'll have Surat Alfeel. Now, at the beginning, I would like to ask you, any one of you knows what's meant by Alfeel? The word Alfeel, what does it mean? The one who knows, just raise her hand. Yes, Ya Alia?
It means elephant.
Excellent. So Alfeel means the elephant. So the ayah is talking about the story of the people or the companion of elephant, the elephant. Usually we mention that before starting the surah, we have to know the occasion. What is the occasion of revelation of this surah? What was the event the surah is talking about? Who knows that? Assalamu alaikum ya Aya. How are you, Habibti? Aya?
I'm good.
How's everything fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, yes, ya Alia, can you answer the question, what is the event of Alfeel or the elephant?
Somebody was trying to knock down the Kaaba using an army of elephants.
Who is trying to demolish the Kaaba?
The king of another country, I think.
Yes, you know his name?
I've forgotten.
Okay, excellent. Anyone wants to add what is the event of the elephant? What was the occasion? Yes, ya Aya.
There was this king who wanted to stop Islam, and he wanted to destroy the Kaaba.
Yes, you know his name?
I think
huh?
I think it's Abdullah or
No,
something.
Abdullah is a Muslim, but this one was a kafir. No, it's not Abdullah. You know from where he's coming? Which place, which country he's coming from? Anyone knows? Okay. So the occasion of this ayah, that the ayah is talking about the event of trial to demolish the Kaaba. Trial to demolish the Kaaba or destroy the Kaaba. And this happened by an Ethiopian king. Ethiopian. Here we have T. Okay, Ethiopian king came from Yemen. Yemen is a country which is the south of the Arab Peninsula, and his name is Abraha. Abraha al-Ashram. This is his name. Abraha al-Ashram. So the surah, the whole surah is talking about this event, about a trial to demolish the Kaaba, and this done by a king whose name Abraha al-Ashram, came from Yemen, Ethiopian king. And at that time, the Yemen was occupied by Ethiopia. That's why I'm telling you, Ethiopian king in Yemen. And he was Christian. His religion was Christianity. And this happened, this event happened before the birth of the Prophet, alayhi salatu wassalam. So before the birth of the Prophet, and at the same year. So the same year of his birth, alayhi salatu wassalam, but before his birth. This event happened. So that's why it was very famous when the Prophet born, alayhi salatu wassalam, because it happened at the same year of his birth, alayhi salatu wassalam, but he born after this event. Okay, the story in short, just to make it easy for all of us, that this king, a Christian king that were present in Yemen, he built a great church, and he wanted the people to come to visit and to pray in this church. As he found the Arab tribes and even tribes from Yemen is going to Kaaba to make Hajj, to make pilgrimage. And actually, this Hajj was known among the people living in Yemen and in the Arab Peninsula since Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam, Prophet Ibrahim, that he is the first one to postulate and to teach the people the rituals of the Hajj or Manasik al-Hajj. So the people, although they were after that disbelieved after Prophet Ibrahim, but still they are doing the Hajj maybe in a wrong way. And this is being corrected by the Prophet ﷺ, Muhammad, when he came and showed the people the right way of doing Hajj. But still, there was a Hajj. So this Christian king was very jealous, and he thought that he will build a church which is greater and larger than the Kaaba, according to his opinion. And he wanted people to come and pray to that church instead of going to the Kaaba. So what happened that usually the Arab tribes are passing through the Yemen. If you remember last lesson, when we spoke about the two journeys of Quraysh, the tribe of the Prophet ﷺ. Remember the two journeys of Quraysh? Who remember? The one knows, just raise her hand. Who remember the two journeys? Yes, Ya Khadija. What are the two journeys?
One of them is in the winter and one of them is in the summer.
Excellent. The one in the winter, where?
Yemen, I think.
Excellent. Alia, the one in the summer, where?
The one in the summer was Sham, which is
Sham.
Sham, which was
excellent. You remember the Sham? We remember what we mentioned about Sham? Which
Yes.
countries?
It was Jordan.
Excellent. What else? Jordan, Syria,
Siberia,
Lebanon, and Palestine. Yes,
Mhm.
excellent. So now the journey during the winter, it was to Yemen. So that's mean that people will visit Yemen during the winter, right? The Arab people, right? Okay, so one of those tribes, the Arab tribes, they saw, of course, this huge building of the church that this Christian king Abraha built. So one of them just relieve himself in this church. He went inside and relieved himself, and they were mocking actually from such church. So actually the king was very upset about that, and also upset that his plan failed. His plan to make people coming to his building or to his church in order to pray and to have gathering in the church did not happen. So he decided to come to the Kaaba and demolish the Kaaba or destroy the Kaaba. And when he came with his army, it was a great army, and the army was having an elephant, or in some narration they mention it is more than one elephant, could be 5 to 6 elephants. And actually the Arab at that time, they did not used to have elephants in the Arab Peninsula, because in the Arab Peninsula usually there are horses or camels, but elephants was not something they know during their battles or their war. So he came to the Kaaba and he tried to demolish the Kaaba. And at that time in Mecca, the leader of Mecca was Abdul Muttalib. Just to mention his name, he is here Abdul Muttalib, leader of Mecca. At that time was Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib is Abd al-Muttalib is the grandfather of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. So Abdul Muttalib was the leader at that time of Mecca, and he went to spoke to Abraha and told him that Abraha during his progression and coming to the Kaaba, he took 200 camels, and those 200 camels belonged to Abdul Muttalib. So he went and told him, I want my camels. And at the time, the king was very astonished about that. And he mentioned to him, I came to demolish your Kaaba, and now you are coming to ask me about your camels. Then Abdul Muttalib, he replied to him with a very famous reply that لِلْبَيْتِ رَبٌّ يَحْمِيهِ, for the house of Allah, Allah will protect it. And actually this is what happened. So now we'll start the surah. The first ayah of the surah is mentioning Alam Tara. This is the first ayah. Alam Tara. What is the meaning of Alam Tara? The one who knows, she can raise her hand for me, please. Alam Tara. What does it mean? Alam Tara means, yes, ya Karma.
Is it like art, like proving something?
Alam Tara, it's the beginning of a question, which means haven't you seen? This is Alam Tara. Haven't you seen? When I start for you an important news, so I will tell you, haven't you seen? Haven't you seen what happened yesterday? Haven't you seen? So Alam Tara is for attraction and for attention of the reader. That haven't you seen? And the speech to whom here? Allah is talking to whom? Haven't you seen? Yes, Ya Alia?
Prophet Muhammad.
Excellent. So Allah is talking to his prophet. Haven't you seen, Ya Muhammad? And after the death of Prophet Muhammad, now the ayah is talking to whom? Talking to whom the ayah? Now? Yes, ya Alia. Can't you know the answer?
Prophet Muhammad?
After the death of Prophet Muhammad. Now Prophet Muhammad passed away, right?
Yeah.
So the ayah is talking to whom now?
The believers or the disbelievers?
Yes, excellent, mashallah. The believers. So after the death of Prophet Muhammad, so the ayah is talking to us and to all the Muslims and to all the believers. Alam tara, haven't you seen? كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل? Which means what? كيف فعل. كيف فعل means how Allah, or how your Lord, Rabbuka means your Lord, how your Lord, فعل means dealt, بأصحاب الفيل. What is أصحاب الفيل? What's meant by أصحاب الفيل? Who can tell me? Yes, we have here. Yes, ya Fatma.
Does it mean with the elephants?
Elephant is الفيل. What's أصحاب? Fatma, you
Is
have
it
the
with like
application?
the companions?
Yes, excellent. You have the application of the Quran we are using, ya Fatma, with you?
Which one, sorry?
We use application, Quran application in your mobile. It should be in your mobile. You have it?
No, not yet.
So I will send it again on the group with its icon. It is you can free download it, and it's important to have it with us during the lesson because it will help you to know the meaning. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome. So here, Ashab al-Fil means the companion. Ashab is a companion. So dealt with the companion of the elephant. And of course, here the companion of the elephant dealt with. Refer to whom? Refer to the king and his army. So the companion of the elephant here, referring to the king and his army that are coming to destroy the Kaaba. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling, haven't you seen what happened to them, to those people who tried to come to demolish the Kaaba? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Alam yaj'al. Here, Allah is saying, Alam yaj'al kaydahum. Here, Alam yaj'al, yani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, this is another question that Allah is saying. Did not, here, when we try to translate it, did not Allah made yaj'al means made their kaydahum. Here, kaydahum means their plot or plan. Didn't Allah made their plot or their plan? What? في تضليل. في تضليل. تضليل. What is the meaning of تضليل? Who knows? It came from the word in Arabic ضلال. So what does it mean? تضليل. Yes, yeah, Alia. Oh, we don't have Alia. Karma.
Astray.
Excellent. So here, كيدهم في تضليل. تضليل means in astray. يعني it was valueless. They tried to demolish the Kaaba, but it was all in vain. and it doesn't happen يعني. طيب آية 3. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us how their plot was in astray. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished those people in Ayah 3. Here Allah in Ayah 3 is mentioning وَأَرْسَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ. What is وَأَرْسَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ? Yes, ya Mona. We have Minna. Assalamu alaikum ya Minna.
وعليكم السلام.
ازيك يا حبيبتي عاملة ايه كويسة؟
أنا كويسة الحمد لله.
الحمد لله. تعرفي يا منى وأرسل عليه من English تبقى ايه؟
And he sent
ها؟
bird
أرسل he sent right. عليهم
on them
no against
against
them.
them.
So here and he sent against him against them. شاطرة يا منى حبيبتي. Thank you so much. So he sent against them. Now my question. Who sent? Who sent here? وأرسل عليهم and he sent. Who sent? Yes, يا عالية.
Allah.
Allah, excellent. And them, who are them?
The army.
Excellent. The king and his army. So Allah sent against them what? Here, وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل. أبابيل. Now we have two words. طيرا means birds. But birds, special type of birds. أبابيل. What's أبابيل? Listen, I'm asking about أبابيل only. Yes, يا منى.
Are they like special birds?
Birds is طيرا. What's أبابيل? Huh?
Crows?
You have the application يا منى with you? Quran application?
No.
Very important. Very important to have the Quran application in order to know what I'm asking. Yes, يا فاطمة.
In flocks.
Excellent. So, طيرا أبابيل means birds in flocks. Birds in flocks. So, when I tell you birds in flocks, right? What does it mean? Stands for what? When I tell you birds in flocks, stand for what? Yes, يا عالية.
Flocks is a group of birds.
Which means that they are few or many?
A lot of birds.
Excellent. Many birds or a lot of birds. As the sky full of birds. Okay? Type. What those birds did? What was their mission sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? In Ayah 4. In Ayah 4, Allah told us what was these birds are doing. Here, ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل. So what is the meaning of ترميهم? First, the word ترميهم. Yes, يا خديجة.
The birds are striking them.
Excellent. ترميهم means striking them, which means that يعني something that touch them very strongly, striking them. بحجارة من سجيل. What does it mean? Yes, يا كارما.
Rocks of hard clay.
حجارة means rocks, yes, right. Or stones, because here you can say rocks is heavy or a little bit large to be on the be carried by the birds. So it was stones actually, stones made up of baked clay. Stones of baked baked clay. So this baked clay stones was present in the two claws of the birds and in their beak. So every bird was carrying 3 stones, 2 in their claws and 1 in their beak. Okay, so this was the stones carried by the birds. And what happened against that? It was striking the army. Every person in the army has has his own stones, which means that it was these stones specified for every person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made these birds with the same number of the army, that every soldier will be struck by 3 stones from these birds. And these stones will make him what? Will make him dissolve. As when you dissolve the salt in the water, the same happened to those people. How could we know that? We know that by ayah 5, the last ayah. It's telling us فَجَعَلَهُمْ كَعَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ. So he made them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the end, he made them like what? عَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ. What is عَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ? Who knows? عَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ. Yes, ya Alia.
Like chewed up straw.
Yes. What is eaten up straw?
The soldiers.
Yes. Actually, the asf is referred to the food of the animals, like the wheat. You know, the covering of the wheat. This is the asf. So also the asf are the leaves of vegetations and produce when the cattle eat it, they defecate it out and it becomes in the soil. And the meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed them and rebelled them in their plan and their anger. They didn't achieve any good. He made a mass destruction of them. And not one of them returned to their land, as we mentioned. And what happened to them to their land, except the Abraha, the king. The king was wounded, and then he was split open, exposing. He was wounded at the beginning, and let us finish first this كعصف مأكول, like eaten up straw, and the straw or the asf is the food of the animals. The food of animals is the straw, and the word eaten up means when they defecate it. So it is something, nothing, as if nothing is present. they vanished, as we mentioned. All of them vanished, and all of them passed away and died, except Abraha, the king. He was wounded at the first, and he tried to return back to Yemen. And during his return back, he died in the way back to his land. And what happened? He was splitted, and his heart exposed when reached his land. And he informed the people of what happened to them, and then he died. His son, called Yaksum, became the king after him. And then Yaksum's brother, Masruq ibn Abraha, succeeded him. Then Saif ibn Abd Yazan went to Kisra and sought his help against the Abyssinians. Therefore, Kisra dispatched some of his army with Saif al-Himayri to fight with him against the Abyssinians, or the Ethiopian. We mentioned that the Ethiopian occupation to Yemen. Then Allah returned their kingdom to them, the Arabs of Yemen, along with all the sovereignty their fathers possessed. Then large delegation of Arab came to him to congratulate him. So as if the death of Abraha was the beginning of ending the Ethiopian occupation to Yemen. After that, the people of Yemen, the Arab people, they beated the Abyssinian or the Ethiopian occupation, and they got rid of them, and they started to rule their land. So here you can see the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by these small stones coming from the birds, and how they have a very dangerous effect, as if it is a contain of chemicals that dissolved the body of all those soldiers, and even for Abraha exposed his heart out. You can imagine how corrosive and how it is dangerous, those stones that made all his body melt out to the degree that his heart was exposed, and then he passed away. And this was the punishment for anyone trying to come and demolish the Kaaba. Now we finished the tafsir of the surah, but we're going to ask our question about the lessons. We need to know the lessons from this surah. Lessons of the surah. Who can tell me what you being taught from such a story? Number one. Yes, Khadija.
That Allah always protect you.
That Allah defending his house, right? House is the Kaaba, and this means, and also defending the believers. Okay, that's fine. Number two, who can tell me what else the lessons we got from this surah? Yes, ya Karma.
Nobody can destroy Kaaba.
Sorry, again?
Nobody can destroy a Kaaba.
Yes, actually, the Kaaba is in the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we have to know that the Kaaba at a point, it's not now, but at a point it will be destroyed. It will be not destroyed, actually, it will be elevated by the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala near the the Yawm al-Qiyamah, or near the day of judgment, where most of the people of the earth will be disbelievers, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have decreed that this Kaaba will be elevated and will be on the up, يعني not in the earth anymore. What else? What are the lessons? That the end, we can also, yes, we have whom with us here. Yes, ya Fatma.
That we shouldn't take Allah's punishment lightly.
Yes, that Allah punishment is very dangerous. Allah punishment is great and dangerous, very dangerous. We have to be afraid from him. Very dangerous. Huh? What else? Anyone has something to add? We also learn end of tyranny. Usually any king or tyrant is thinking himself that he can do whatever he wants, and he can destroy whatever he wants and whatever he wish. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us in this ayah that the strength and the ability of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above every tyrant, and we learn this is the end of tyranny. Anyone wants to add? Is it clear for everyone? أوكي، أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.